Victoria faces huge cleanup after wild winds batter state pool roof from home. A woman has died after a tree crashed onto her holiday cabin, and more than 100,000 homes have lost power as wild winds batter Victoria. Roofs were ripped off houses and boats sunk as hail, rain and wind gusts beyond 130 km/h lashed the state overnight into yesterday. Tens of thousands of families remained without power into last night, even as the winds east. SIS responded to hundreds of calls for help as locals faced a huge cleanup. Millions of Victorians were urged to avoid travel and work from home yesterday. Premier Jacinta Allan described the weather as severe and thanked emergency services for their hard work. A 63-year-old woman was killed on the NSW-Victorian border after a tree fell on a cabin about 3.50 am. Police discovered the woman's body in the wreckage on Marul Road in Moma near the NSW-Victoria border. Paramedics treated her husband, a 63-year-old man, for injuries to his hand, and he was taken to Echuca Hospital. Homeowners in Moe in Gippsland had their whole roof ripped off in the violent wind. They lost everything inside in the storm. The Victorian government expected at least 120,000 homes lost power yesterday. Energy companies said they hoped all would be reconnected by last night, but early this morning almost 40,000 were still without power, mostly across the state's southeast. Crews are out there on the ground right now working as quickly as they can, but also only working in areas where it's safe to do so, Allan said this morning. Powercar crews were called to more than 239 jobs, and were working to restore electricity to 34,600 customers in Western Victoria. By late afternoon, all but a few thousand were reconnected. In Melbourne, United Energy said that more than 20,000 customers in the southeastern suburbs and the Mornington Peninsula were cut off. All but just under 4,000 were reconnected by late afternoon. According to AusNet, about 37,000 customers were still impacted by almost 200 different outages about 4 am today. There are some homes that are inhabitable, but we don't know exactly how many yet, as impact assessments need to be undertaken, Emergency Management Commissioner Rick Nugent said. There are also about 90 intersections left without power across Melbourne, with drivers urged to be careful. Rail services have been hit by the weather, but are now reported to be running again, Public Transport Victoria said. Coaches are replacing trains between Bairnsdale and Southern Cross due to the obstructions on tracks on the V/line Gippsland Line. 2 government schools, St Helena Secondary College in Eltham and Yarra Ranges Special Developmental School, closed for the day. Several non-government schools in the city's southeast also closed. Wild seas have also caused havoc. The owner of Bayside Fish and Trips in Melbourne watched his 82-year-old iconic boat sink. Owner Mark said it was heartbreaking to see his boat underwater early this morning. He said the waves were too powerful to get on and try and save it.